Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, so God's really been on me about posting this and saying this. And it's been very interesting because every time I'm getting ready to post, something comes up that stops me. And I'm just like, oh man, the feeling of defeat is really like, complacency, just like, I don't want any problems. I don't want any backlash. I don't really want any issues. I'm not quitting. I just want to feel how I feel. I just want you not to judge me about it. That's the vibe, That's the vibe. And with it being Valentine's Day and this being a holiday recognized to be, in a state of love and sharing, giving, receiving, and just in the weight of passion and just, love. Share it, give it, receive it. Be open to it, and try not to get all trapped in your head into thinking it's all about, sexual relationships and shit. Really, love is love. Your mom, your dad, your sister's brother, cousin, dog, cat, snake. It's like, don't get caught up in the Hollywood. It's not necessary. I know in 2019 it was kind of interesting. I came up with lately I've been feeling kind of low, holding down my head and hiding my glow. And every morning I rise, sleep in my eyes. Right above the door there's a sign that reminds me that I'm not alone. I'm just stuck in my zone. And it was like this really boom, boom, boom. And the beat was really, really like solid. I lost a lot from 2019 to now. And it hurts because, when you create stuff and put your energy into it and then you get nothing out of it, and yeah, man, just thinking that things are gonna all work out, then COVID hits and shuts everything down, and now you just don't, you ain't never seen anything like that, been through anything, and yeah, when lately I've been feeling kind of low, holding down my head and hiding my glow. See, I've been feeling too much like a slave, doing the same shit day after day. And every morning when I rise, while sleep is still in my eyes, I feel it deep in my soul. And I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. I'm talking Monday, Tuesday, bringing it down on Friday, back up to Monday, steady doing shit my way. My thoughts is heavy, and heavy has got me leaning, cocking my head sideways because my thoughts are fucking leaking. I'm thinking it's time for preaching, but I don't want to preach. If teaching is how I'm eating, learning is how I'm growing, then the only way to win is if I start fucking knowing. I'm cutting the course of my ignorance, changing the game, changing the way that I think and I move, watching these players they play, watching these players they move, watching their language and learning it too. See how I come up and watch how they lose, cutting the course to my ignorance, changing the game, changing the way that I think and I move, watching these players they play, watching these players they move, watching their language and learning it too. Watch how I come up and see how they lose. That's what I told myself, right? Like, first was the slow melody, then it just hit me like, ah! And then God just kind of took it from there, just. And I say everything that happens to you, You know, it's not to you, it's for you, to better you, to make you stronger, yada, yada, yada. Now, I mean, I'm not one to be defiant. I literally can only respect what is respectable. And it's been an issue I've had my whole life. So I come off as defiant, but I don't even mean to be coming off as defiant. It's just like, look, this is questionable. I'm not okay with this. And America kind of has this whole, I don't give a fuck vibe. You're going to bend if I say bend, which doesn't mean that it's okay and doesn't mean that I should be acceptable to it. But here's where the real issue is. I know that I'm not alone. I know that slavery was abolished. I know that we went through hella shit to get where we are. And we should be more than grateful that we even made it this far. But in order to be the greatest nation, you gotta really get there. You gotta really go farther than that. You know, we've all fallen into a complacency of, look, you don't want any problems, just do what they're gonna say. We don't have time for this. Just we'll bail you out. We'll do this or whatever. Just go to jail. Oh, you know what? If you got arrested, you deserved it. You know, we go in. We go hard on shutting the door to dealing with the actual issue, and it's because we're afraid. We don't want to go to jail. We don't want to. Bro, don't try to fuck me up. I ain't trying to do. I get it. But I don't accept it. I don't think it's okay, and I don't believe that we should just keep getting it and understanding it, and then only acting up when somebody dies, when the possibility of people dying is every fucking day, because none of these laws are getting any better or getting any more. A matter of fact, the only laws that are changing is saying that these officers can do what they want when they want to, and it's okay. And because we're not educated enough to be able to fight back and know how to exact what's necessary justice, because they are a very united stand. I mean, I give them all the respect. Yes, you have definitely done a great job at showing me what the hell united looks like. I am not confused about the loyalty. I am not confused. But we are. A lot of people are really confused on understanding who's in real authority and how to get it. And we're not going to get it by keeping our head down and not addressing it. And look, this is your issue, not mine. I didn't do it. Deal with it. And, well, maybe you should get a lawyer because none of us are educated and we all keep regurgitating the same shit. And then, oh my God, raise your hand if you've ever gotten arrested for being knowledgeable. Like, no different than being a slave back in the day. Like, oh, what are you guys doing here? Well, the sign says stop. Well, who the fuck taught you to read? You know, whoa, you think you're going to tell me something? Like, I don't know. Like, let me really show you what the law is. The law is whatever I say it is because I'm an officer. Now, I don't have problems with officers. I just don't like any of the officers I've dealt with, because they have very much been very unintegral. It's not just one, if it's every, they've all shown me their ass in one way or another, and that's not okay. You can't ask me why I lied. Well, I lied because I already know what you do with the truth. Are we really confused about that? Like, you can't expect me to respect you if you've never been respectable, It's like, why are we confused about this? Now, I went to court because I am seemingly defiant and have been fighting, not just because of my sake of fighting, but more so because I know that I did not do anything wrong. Me telling you, no, I'm not comfortable with that does not justify you macing me in my fucking face. Like, I didn't scream at you. I didn't cuss at you. Didn't talk about your mom. I said, I'm not okay with that. And I'm getting maced in my face now. And I'm supposed to tell myself it's my fault. It is not my fault. I'm not okay with that. And yeah, this is really shitty when now that you're all standing united and it's just me and it's you and it's these motherfuckers, but hey, don't look at me because, it was fucked up what they did. we don't get to talk about it after. Like, where the fuck were you? Like, I don't want to get maced. Like, well, I mean, you got it, but I mean, wow. I mean, cowards are beautiful because they don't even have any idea just how powerful they are. Like I could take a week to convince at least 5 people to stand up and fight with me, and a coward will come within 1 hour and 15 seconds and kill it. Like, oh yeah, no, I talked them all out of that. Like, bro, you on the wrong side of the fucking team. You so on the wrong side. Wow, talented, just talented. Born. What are those people called that? Brainwash. Hypnosis. They got that. They got that drip. Cowards that aren't really cowards because they have courage enough to talk people down off the horse. And that sucks. It sucks that you're so wonderful but using it so awfully. I mean, that's how slavery lasted for so long. This is Black History Month. I'm not ashamed to talk about Black history. I am Black. I'm ashamed that I didn't know enough about being Black. It's a shame that I had to get this far to learn what it is that we're actually up against, what we're actually dealing with, and also to understand that we've all been so defeated that we're just complacent and we don't want to deal with the problem. Like, I don't care to do that. Besides, I have kids. I mean, look, if you don't fight today, your kid's gonna be pissed tomorrow. Like, you got to a certain point where you were just like, I don't know why my mom didn't teach me this. I don't know why my mom didn't tell me about that. I don't know why my dad didn't. I feel like, you know what? I wasn't, and we're developing all kinds of fucking anxieties, PTSDs, fucking just traumas because, bro, like, what the fuck? There's a big ass gap to what it is that was presented and what it is now. And I don't even know how to navigate my way through it. And you don't know how to navigate because, we all just wasn't taught. And this is all stemming from slavery. Like, you can't tell me that I'm free and I'm still stuck in this mentality because I haven't been given the right mentality. So now it's just being flowed through generation of don't fight back. Just do what they say. We don't, just cooperate. Just cooperate. We have no fucking identity of real family and loyalty. And United States will string you up by your fucking loyalties while they require you to be loyal. And you can't be loyal to what's not loyal to you. You can't be loyal to what's setting you up to fail. I had a doctor tell me that I was severely incapacitated because when he asked me what the role of a judge, an officer, a lawyer, what are their roles? I said, okay, look it. I'm just going to tell you based on fact, through personal experience, regardless of what's written, regardless of what they tell you, because none of that shit matters after they do the fucking opposite. Like, bro, they did the fucking opposite. I complained about it and nothing fucking happened. This is their fucking role. You can't tell me it's anything else. Like, their role is collectively to all together fuck you, okay? And make you believe that all this shit is your fault. That's what they do. Sorry. That's what I've been through. That's where I'm at. That's what it is. Severely incapacitated. That's what he said. Now, check this out. I bet you did not know that the court had the power to, if you disagree with what they're telling you, they will activate brainwashing to make you believe what they're telling you and then set you up against your charges. Now, tell me that's not fucking extreme. Like, you want to convince me that I did something to deserve the fucking bullshit that was dished out to me. Then you want to fucking brainwash me for a period of time. Then have me come out the brainwashing like, yes, I did it. Just fucking, I will take all the charges. Anything but the fucking White House. Like, no, not the White House. Yeah, that's really scary. You can't be in a position of power and fuck up in the major ways that you're fucking up and not fix it. And none of us can keep being quiet and only roaring, for some things. We're just not being active enough. Like, truly loving you, truly loving your family, truly is standing together to fix what's broken. Like, okay, yeah, we've been practicing this shit for years. We've all been agreeing for years that it's a problem. You have to activate a fucking solution. You know? Don't agree. Stand up. Like, if you stand up, then it's easier for somebody else to stand up. And somebody else, the more people that stand up to create a solution, that's the only way the solution gets created. But if we all don't give a fuck about each other and we're just like, look, you got pulled over, not me, your problem. Or look, I know it's really fucked up what's happening, but you know, if you just bend when they tell you to bend, it won't be so bad. Okay, look, they bend when they tell you to bend, you'll be bending for the rest of your fucking life. That's just how it goes. You know it just as much as I know it. You bend for that, then you bend for that, you bend for that. And then we just bending. Then you pretty much you on TV wearing tight shit, fucking fake eyelashes, long hair, talking about I'm a Zeta bitch. Like, no, you's not representing your race properly. Like, I'm not really impressed by that shit. Like, I'm a woman, stand up. Like, I don't give a fuck. I come from the fucking ghetto, but you will never see me doing that. It's not that serious. Why are we tap dancing for dollars? Like, when is it that I gotta hustle to feed my kids, but I also gotta sacrifice my kids to make the money to, like, this not a proper give and take. You're taking my strength and using it as a weakness when you fucking want to. You know, so it's like, I don't know if I should be proud to have a family or if I should feel screwed to have one. We can't be great and keep being broken. Yeah, so many different opportunities. Great. It's booming. Jobs. You want the dream, you can get the dream. What are you willing to sacrifice? You know, it's like that, it's like those stories we used to read where it's like, okay, you know, the girl who had the really long hair but no comb, and he had the stack of cash and no wallet. And they did that whole swap, cut the hair to, you know what I mean? Like, you did, that's cute. No, it's not fucking cute. It's not cute. We can just cut out the assumptions, get talking about some real shit and making real money moves. Not, you know, can't keep doing that. And we can't keep feeling defeated. Like, and no, you're not alone. You're not crazy. Together, we can do a lot, you know, a lot. Yeah, I just had to get that out. I had to express that. I've been through a lot. I'm just a single mom. I don't own any guns. I'm not a part of a gang. I'm not, no. I just stand up for what I believe in. I don't like being bullied. I don't accept the bullshit. And people don't like that I stand up for myself. And it's weird too, because I found myself angry with God. Like, you're really giving me really mixed signals. You know, Pastor Gerald told me, when you a child of the King, you will walk differently. You will talk differently. They will know you by the way that you will, your fruits, you know. And I'm like, okay, all right, Pastor. All right, well, come on now. You know, you like, yeah, okay. Right? Because you're going to walk, you should be able to walk confidently in truth. Like, you shouldn't be like, you know, well, I walked confidently in truth and I was in jail for a period of time and not feeling so confident about being confident. And you keep telling me not to let that defeat me, but every single time I walk in that confidence, I'm getting my ass handed to me. What am I missing? Like, okay, like, I can definitely look at me, see me, understand it, and be like, okay, that was my fault. All right, fine. My fault. But when I can't see that it was my fault, because it's one thing if I have the tools, know that I have the tools, have failed to look at the tools, and then stepped on to the platform to take a test and failed, okay, that's my fault. I should have known to fucking study. I should have known to study. Okay, look, I had the information. I was too busy, whatever. Well, okay, that's me. I could take that accountability. But when I walk into something believing that it is something that it isn't, based on what has been projected and told, and I didn't know I was going to be tested on it. Okay, this shouldn't have really been a fail. This is kind of confusing. How are you going to tell me that not knowing is not an excuse, and I haven't been taught law, and if I don't have enough money to get a lawyer, wait, why does this whole shit feel like a fucking setup? And why is it that you keep telling me not to talk and to let you speak for me? I don't even know you. I don't even know why you're here. And the conversation that I think that you're having about me, I don't even think what you're saying is something I asked you to say. Hey, don't speak for me. Miss Senior, it's not your time to talk. No, you're not going to speak for me. And no, we haven't even discussed what it is that I wanted and what no, you won't. Is this a court of law? Let it go on record. I do not waive any of my rights at all, and I reserve them. I reserve all of them. Like, go ahead, carry on. Like, let me just do what I need to do to make sure I'm covered, because we're not doing this whole thing where I stand here and let you. No, no. Respect is only given when you earn it. Trust is only given when you earn it. In America, I am so sorry, but you have not done anything to earn the respect nor the authority. And everything that you guys keep doing only makes that so much more clear on a daily basis. You know? Yeah, I see a lot of nonprofits popping up to help and assist, and that's really awesome on the nonprofit behalf. That's awesome. But it's only enabling the system to work harder against us. You know, a real solution would be actually dealing with the problem, you know. And even pastors, I don't even know if pastors, preachers understand the relationship between church and state. And even more so, that church trumps state. Church can literally go into state and retrieve what the hell it belongs to church, because church trumps state. But if your pastors don't know this, they can't help you. They can't assist. So you gotta educate yourself. So it's like you gotta actively be in your community. If you are in a position of authority and respect, and you have that, you need to walk in that. Like, you can't tell us to walk in that. We gotta see you in that light to trust that you're able to assist the way you're supposed to be able to assist. But you know, like, yeah, the disappointment that I've had from my elders is real, but I know it's not your fault per se, you know, because you can only do and teach what it is that you know with the tools that you've been given. Like, if you have other tools that you're unaware of, then you're just unaware of them, and they stay dormant. They don't get used. I remember Pastor Gerald was talking about how he was at the diner, and he ordered his tea, and he was talking. He said, I want some tea with like some sugar at the bottom, like some sugar. Yes, I'll make it sweet or whatever. And while he was talking, you know, she put the cup down. He went to grab the cup and took a sip, and he was like, I asked her for sugar. Like, but he only said it inside his mind, like, I didn't ask her for sugar. And, you know, when she comes back, he's like, Miss, I asked for sugar. She's like, oh, yeah. It's in there. You just got to stir it up. And when he said that, you just got to stir it up. That's what he said. God has given you everything that you need. You just have to stir it up. I found that to be like one of the most phenomenal messages I've ever heard, and it's always stayed with me. stirring it up. That's what y'all need to do. Stir it up. You know, I'm kind of jealous that some of you guys woke up and was hip to the issues, and somebody coaxed y'all back to sleep, and y'all was able to go back to sleep and just fall back into line. And I cannot fall back asleep and fall back into line. I am very much upset, and I'm very much not okay with the shit that I've experienced and the people that I have crossed paths with. And you know, I feel like I have gone through a lot, and I've done a lot, and I feel like somehow communication has gotten lost, and I find myself playing roles of people that I am not. You know, like when you're dealing with a person who is hurting from past trauma, and all of a sudden you're in an argument that you didn't see coming, and the person is claiming that you did things that you have not done to them, and they really are feeling their emotions, and they're coming at you, and you're just like, wait, is this anything at me? Like, how did I make you feel that way? What did I do? When you ask questions like how did and what did I do, they go, it's just a couple of different things. It's a number of things. You know what you're doing? No. Even in those situations, don't just let people push it on you. Don't. Sometimes you have to go through the argument. You could just walk away and shit. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to let you mess up my energy. No. Get invested in the fucking energy. Feel the energy. Understand where it's coming from. Like, okay, you obviously dealing with some trauma. Like, be compassionate. When somebody is talking to you, right? And what they're saying invokes in you a level of understanding that their hurt and their expression or whatever that they're dealing with is making you feel some type of way because maybe you have acted in this very manner that they're disgusted with. Just acknowledge that. Sometimes you gotta not argue it, but just acknowledge it. Like, okay, look, I understand what you're saying. You can't be ashamed of the beast that you've been either. If you've been a beast, you've been a beast. Embrace it. It's necessary to be the beast. Like, hello, we's not top of the food chain just because we're pretty, just because we can walk and talk. It's because we fucking beasts. We're animals. The divide between spirit and body is woo. Without the spirit, yeah, I've seen some fucking demons. Okay? You've been a fucking demon. Without the spirit, oh my God, okay? Like, we all capable. We've all come to, you know? And so, yeah, it's not even a matter of judging. It's more so helping each other and guiding each other to stay fixated and focus on what matters and not getting caught up in what everybody's pushing. Like, yes, let's all act stupid, basic, and yeah, well, let's go shopping. Like, yeah, let's just keep fucking, harvesting fruits all year long. Let's just keep doing all the things that just take. Let's not preserve. Because there is no tomorrow. Like, we can't keep living like there's no tomorrow because then there really will be no tomorrow. You can't just wait till you asked out or else it really just be asked out. So it's like, let's start fighting. You got to start fighting. I'm not saying let's go army style, but I am saying it's very necessary to arm up. Be ready to stand up. Be ready to tell your boss, like, I'm not coming in tomorrow. Like, I've been working is a week. Money is money. Money comes and goes. I got no respect and loyalty to this shit. They ain't got fucking loyalty for me. Like, I'm going to start giving exactly what the fuck I'm getting. And if you've gotten a whole bunch of bullshit, that's just like, wow, this is a real fucking harvest, right? But me being complacent, it's not a thing. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't, they say labor for what you love and love for what you labor. If I'm going to work and have a family and do that whole balance. I'm not going to just wear myself thin so that I can't work properly or even provide properly, where everything is half-assed because I don't have any fucking moral standing in the moral. Like I gotta divide home, work. You know what I mean? Like it's all divided. They don't respect each other. Like, yo, if my husband don't respect my job, he'll be calling my job. I'm gonna have to go back home. You know what I mean? My job's like, hello, we hired you for a reason. We need you to work. I know, but I got priorities at home. Okay, look, we hired you to work. If you don't work, you're gonna lose your job. Okay, but I gotta take my family. They gotta be in unison. Everything has to be in unison. There's no other way. Like you can't pull too hard. They can't pull too. It has to be in unison. Like regardless of the emotional state, it has to be in unison. It has to create a balance. Like I feel like every fucking employer should literally work. They should work within the realm of taking care of what takes care of them. Yes, you can fire me and replace me tomorrow. Of course, we all know that. That's definitely an option. But if you want to have a flourishing business with workers who actually respect you, respect your product, and protect you and your product, without a fucking dollar needing to be incented because you have taken care of them for so long and everything's just worked out perfectly. You know, you backed up. You don't have to worry about your own employees robbing. You don't have to worry about, you take care of what takes care of you. You don't manipulate, threaten, and, you know, like, I mean, when I think about customer service, holy Jesus, I talk to Jesus so much when the animated, +1 if you would like, and +2 if you, and damn, it's like 30 minutes and my break is only in 30 minutes. Who the invented this? And then you get on the phone with the attendant. The attendant is no different than fucking the automated. You're like, okay, look, I'm trying to get somewhere and y'all got me on this nowhere fucking chase. And I want to fix the injustice, but I don't have time for the bullshit. And all y'all keep doing is ditching bullshit. Oh, I will get back to this on Tuesday. 30-minute trip. Okay, didn't get accomplished that. I'm gonna get this. You know, what should be simple becomes a fucking project that you're just ticking at. And they laughing. You know, they're laughing because they know what the fuck they're doing. They invented this shit to fuck you. They wanted you to be fucked, but they wanted to drip it like, ooh, now you don't have to. You can do it by yourself. Then when you fuck up, you know what they tell you? Well, it looks like a technician didn't actually have it. You did this yourself online? So yeah, we won't be able to accommodate you. Like, wow, did you just offer a fucking do it yourself? And also you did it yourself? Oh, that was just fucking smooth. Wow, I can't respect a swindler. Do we vote for that to have? What the fuck kind of business are we really doing? And when we're a party to the bullshit, right? Even you have to get on the phone and go, ma'am, I understand all the issues you're saying. Like, I feel you, but there's nothing I can do. I don't know how you feel about saying those words. Why are you working for them when what they're fucking doing is pretty fucking horrific? And you know good and damn well, if you was the other person on the other side of that line, holy shit. And okay, not every individual owns a fucking Fortune 500 to drop a lawyer to make them pay or even has the fucking time. So because we don't have the time to respect ourselves, voila, motherfuckers, 2022, doing shit the same way. Love yourself a lot more than you have been, you know? It's time to fight. It's time to wake up. It's okay. It's okay now. We've seen what it can be, and it can be bad. But fighting back is not the worst thing you could do. It's being complacent. It's not fighting back. It's not standing up. And if we know, we the people of the United States, in order to perform a more perfect union, provide domestic tranquility. I mean, if they're making promises like that off the top that we know is not being respected in the manner that it should be or even considered, yeah, you know, look, talk is cheap. 2019 to 2022, I've learned that talk is cheap, and we can know and understand what the fuck we know and understand, but if we don't have the power to walk in it, then it just becomes useless information, and it just keeps you in a mental paralysis and in a defeated mind state and unable to move forward, because everybody understands that this defeat is a thing. And everybody's coaxing everybody to just keep your head down, shut up, and don't say anything, just fall in line. You don't want no problems. I don't want any problems. I expect to be respected just as much as they want respect. Like, the hell? Like, come on. Don't punish me for knowing the law. That's not fair. Don't make me feel like I shouldn't educate myself. I shouldn't fight back. Don't teach me that if I do fight back, you're gonna authority up and fucking abuse your power because you want some ego trip. Like, don't turn my family into fucking enemies because you wanna trap me in some shit. So now you wanna fuck with my loyalties. Like, don't want to be a party to this shit. Like, whoa, what is your real objective? And why? Like, what the fuck is your objective and why? Like, what gives you the right? Like, slavery, that shit's PTSD. Like, man, who would have thought that me dealing with adults or officers was gonna piss me off so much? Like, that comes from experience. It's like when you meet a person, then you find out you don't like the person, and then 3 years later you see them and you realize, oh my God, I still don't like the person. I have all these feelings, like they just come up. So when feelings exist and there's been no interaction, let's examine that. Why do I feel this way? I mean, I'm not like the one to quit. I'm not a quitter. Matter of fact, I stopped fighting because they told me that if I kept fighting, they were going to do these things to me. They told me, look, you fight, this is what we're going to do. And I'm just like, why is nobody fucking here? All these motherfuckers who said they loved me and cared about me, where the fuck y'all at? Wait a minute. So, I mean, it's not just the government that's talking shit and saying stuff and we believe in it. It's everybody talking, wow, no action behind anything that they say. It's just, I called to tell you that I'm sending you my love and I feel for you. Well, you can take your feelings and do whatever you want with them, because I don't have anything, I don't actually have a place for them. I mean, yeah, I hear you. I don't see you. I don't feel you, but I hear you. I know you mean well, and I know that if you could do more, you would. But we're not going to trip about the past. We're only going to move forward and do things better. Like, this time, educate your kids instead of shelter them. Tell them what they need to fucking know. Tell them all that you know. Tell them everything that you know so that they can move forward properly and get what they need to get done, you know, especially emotionally. Like, we don't have any emotional constructive. We just deal and we suppress and we navigate blindly trying to get somewhere, but really we're just going nowhere. I mean, the universe does definitely teach us lessons. Like, it does that. Kind of reminds me of algebra, where I mean, I love math, but algebra really trips me up, you know, the formulas and knowing when to apply what formula to what problem. Like, I could know how to do every problem. Like, okay, yeah, that's easy. Okay, but what formula do I bro? You're doing the problems right. Like, you're answering them right, but it's the wrong formula. So I'm applying the wrong formula in the wrong situations, but I'm doing the formula right. Right. Ugh. How do I decipher the formula for this situation? You know, algebraic expressions is literally problem solving using variables, numbers. And I think that's funny simply because we are all variables and numbers. So when we are, as we are in whatever state that we are in, and we're dealing with problems, the math has already been done. The science has already been figured out. But I think that we suffer from improper application of formulas, you know? Because saying one thing, doing another, and actively working against what it is that we actually truly want. And I don't mean to notice that. I don't mean to constantly address it. I don't mean to be like, yeah. I just mean for it to stop. I mean for you to wake up and acknowledge you, not to be on a defensive, because I really could care less. I just know moving forward, how do we help each other? Like, and I mean, I don't know, right? I've seen people do the infomercials where they're trying to put us up on government issues, you know, some of those ClickFunnels. Before you click, you need to know about this prop. You don't want, and they got the music in the background, and you're just like, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm guilty of it myself. I cannot snooze. So I'm like, okay, well, I can get up there and I can talk about it energetically and make it fun. There's nothing funny or fun about the bullshit I'm learning. I don't even know how to apply it half the time. I guess the only thing I can do is this time make an active record of what it is that I'm doing, and if I'm becoming successful or getting anywhere, getting closer, I could do that. I could create a web page where I could just like, okay, look, this is what it is. We need to work against that. I can do that, but I can't force you guys to actually look at it or even give 2 fucks about it. And it's like, okay, maybe I'm being counterproductive because I can't even carry a conversation with a person about what's really going on because they're steady trying to convince me to go back to sleep. Like, oh my God, no, it's not that serious. You shouldn't have to fight. And I'm like, look, I'm not coming from any aspect except experience. And I know what I'm talking about when I talk about it. And I expect to be respected in that manner. I don't fucking bluff, tell stories, create fucking illusions. I'm not that type of person. I'm very fucking honest. I'm very fucking blunt. I protect just as much as anybody else protects. And I am not. I am definitely 100% not accepting to the bullshit. I'm going to tell you really quick, right? When I was going through what I was going through with my kids, because I took it upon myself to get into a relationship with an officer, you know, and being uneducated on officers, what they believe in, how they move, why they move the way they move, just not really being hip to understanding what it is to be institutionalized. What does that mean? That means you bred by the USA, like use a product of the USA. What does that mean? It means that you know how you could be innocent and the hammer goes, boom, guilty. And he's like, wait, what? I didn't, hold on. That's what I mean. If I know that I could be innocent and told that I'm guilty, but if I don't have enough support or people who are knowledgeable to be able to back me, yo, the system's not a safe fucking place. It's not a pretty picture. I can't make friends when people don't want to be my friend. Like, what? How do I navigate? Get a lawyer. I paid a lawyer. I paid a lawyer $7,000, and Lord be my witness. If there's anybody who perseveres in anything that they believe in, I have persevered. Oh my God, I've persevered. I've failed. I've gotten back up. I've persevered. I've failed. Boy, I can tell you right now, I can't keep failing the way I've been failing. Like, Lord, you can't keep telling me to be confident. I'm like, wait, hold on. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Like, what kind of confidence should I have? I'm not yelling at anybody. I'm not screaming at anybody. I am speaking my mind. I'm speaking facts. I know that I'm right. And that doesn't seem to be working because they're kicking my ass. And I don't even want to be right anymore. Like, I wish I was fucking wrong. Like, yes, please, somebody help me reinsert myself into society so I can stop feeling the way that I feel and I can just move forward. Like, restore my face in the justice system. Restore it. Somebody, please. Hey, I know it's hard up there, and a lot of people are like really good at fucking making other people believe things that are not real. I know that there's monsters, there's lions, tigers. I've experienced them. Yeah. I don't know how to get you to see me, and there's not really a system in here that does that. And when I understood that, I could tell them what's really happening, and it could be mistranslated towards my detriment. What? Yeah. Is Canada currently taking civilians? Or is there still like that whole, you gotta have a job first to enter? It's time to fight, you guys. We gotta do it like the Boston Tea Party. We understand that we can stand up. We understand that we can make moves to be heard. We've already proven that we can do that. Right, yes, I'm not saying, okay, we should overthrow the government. I am not spitting any type of fucking war unless they make it a war. Like, if we have to fight for justice, then we might as well fight for it. Yeah, I see where this is going. Click and subscribe. I'm just going to keep posting. I'm going to do that every day, every other day. Build my confidence. It's really hard to build confidence when you've never never had it. And I've definitely been taught and raised against the having the confidence, and been taught to keep your head down, your mouth shut, and don't say nothing, and ask before you do. I've been taught the structure of complacency, and I don't think I've ever liked it. I mean, I was angry at the things my mother taught me. But then when I realized, it's nothing personal. Nobody can do what they haven't been taught to do. So it's time that we learn. Cut the cords to ignorance. Change the game. I'm watching these players, they play. Watching these players, they move. I'm watching their language and learning it too. See how I come up and watch how they lose. We don't have to make anybody lose by violence or anything like that. I mean, it is a good idea to know how to fight because if it becomes necessary, you want it to be a fair fight. Those things make sense. I mean, we've really had a lot of people within time stand up and speak out to create weird change. Like, you know what I mean? So now it's like, let's give a hand clap to those people who stopped the Pledge of Allegiance from being said, because the whole God factor kind of just went north with that. You thought it was damaging, but I don't know. The more things that disappear from the eye can't be fucking reviewed or even understood. And once it disappears, freedom of speech is definitely freedom of speech. But I mean, I feel, why are we doing this? How did we get this far? Not even how. We know, right? You have to understand hate, right? Fucking how many times or how many different generations get flooded with some new drug, and this new drug takes over all the olders. They're done. They're not talking. They're not spitting. They're not the knowledge, and they're just letting the government teach, and the government's teaching bare minimal. Complacency. The hell will never end that way. It's never going to end that way. It's just going to continue. And you can't be born defeated. Holy shit. What's the point? When I can hear things on the news such as, oh, this person was angry and came into the workplace and shot at this. I don't feel bad. I no longer feel bad. I no longer feel shocked. Yeah. Incapacitated. Feeling defeated. Because I have fought the fight. I fought the fight. In proper justice and with proper reason. I'm not too prideful. I know what I've done wrong. And I know how to act. I know. It's not like I don't know, so I don't. Being expressive is not a crime at any fucking point in time. Nor will it ever justify you fucking off somebody's life just because you can. Like, the fuck? Mr. Senior, I told you to swear in. And I'm saying I will swear in just as soon as I understand what it is that we're swearing in to do right now. Like, I just want to understand what's happening right now, because the order that you produced, I don't recall there being a contract in place. So now I definitely feel like I'm being disrespected, and it doesn't make any sense for me to continue in participation if I don't understand what the hell's going on. Okay, I just need you to swear in. Okay, look, I'm expressing to you that trust is not being given. It's been disrupted. I can't. Okay, and then I'm arrested for 3 days. The fuck? For what? Well, you disturbed my court. I mean, you didn't even warn me and say that you were going to arrest me. You fucking arrested me. I lost my job. I came out. Where the fuck are my kids? I haven't. What the fuck? Like, explain to me. Explain to me how I was supposed to go through. Like, what? Trust? Don't ask me to fucking trust you. Don't ask me to believe in you. Don't ask me to respect you. And when you tell me that you love me and that you want the best for me, I am definitely looking back. I'm not definitely mad at you. I'm disappointed. I understand, though. I don't hold it against you. But I do know moving forward, shit does have to fucking change, because this shit's not okay. And I know that I'm not the only one. I mean, we watch shows, we watch movies where we see the injustice. You know, some woman, some asshole who has money and power is able to finesse his way to fuck up this bitch's a life, pulling on her heartstrings, fucking with it. Wow, we're still doing that shit? That's still a fucking thing? I thought we were so beyond that. Women's rights, slavery, it's all a dream? Wow. Massive illusionists. Massive illusionists. Wonderful. We all sipping a Kool-Aid together. Singing Kumbaya. Like, man, live your best life. Oh my gosh, it's like they're constantly mocking us. This Valentine's Day, love yourself. Okay? Say yes to the fighting. Say yes to supporting. Somebody got to go to court.